Hello and welcome back to the JÉVON room. Today's title is Dear Straight People and we're going to be coming for your necks. I'm your host for today, Bradley Salute. And let's get into some things. I'm going to ask you a question, yeah? And I just want to know how often this happens to you. So you know when the girls, come to you, even the guys start to do this, and they just come to you, they're like, hey sis, what's up sis? Like, what do you think about that? Because I don't know about you lot, if I don't know you too tough.
I feel like it's like an automatic thing some people do to try and like break that wall and let you know that I'm okay with you being gay, I'm comfortable around you. But sometimes it can have the opposite effects. It's like you're going the extra mile to let me know that you're cool with it. And also it kind of gives off the impression that you think I may be uncomfortable in my own skin, as myself. But it's like, actually I'm very comfortable, so you don't have to do all that. You could just approach me like anyone else. People do have good
Of course.
They have good intentions.
But we're starting off light.
Yeah.
You can call me babe, I'm a babe.
No. Can't call me babe. You
call me Bradley. Let's jump into the next one. This is more so for the straight guys, the fellas that seem to feel away. Guys seem to think because I'm gay and because they're a man, that means I'm sexually attracted to them. And not only am I sexually attracted to them, I'm trying to move to them or get them to come to bed with me. Now don't get me wrong, in the past there's been some guys, they might be straight, I might think they're attractive, but that doesn't mean that every guy, because he carries pink, that I'm attracted to him.
Just because you're attractive don't mean I want to fuck.
It doesn't mean you got it like that. It doesn't mean you're that guy.
It doesn't mean you have sex appeal like that. It might just mean, you know what, that's a pretty man.
You need to be able to be self-reflective. If you're not a guy like that in the straight world, and girls aren't even trying to come, like they're not checking for you, what makes you think me that keeps myself clean and good wants you?
That's a bitch.
What makes you think that a gay guy's gonna come for you when you, one, don't clean or wash your fingers, you don't cut your nails, two, you don't wash your bum, three, you don't look after your feet? What makes you think you don't change your bed sheets?
Oh my god.
What makes you
Some of you don't even have bed sheets.
Some of you don't have bed sheets. What makes you think you haven't changed your pillow for 10 years? What makes you think that I'll come for you? What makes you think I'll come for you? You're still in the bunk bed. I'm sorry. Next. This is to the religious folk who are hypocritical. You're upset about me being gay, right? And the shame that I'm causing to the family. There are killers in the family, there are rapists in the family, sons out there are killers, pedophiles, abusers, all of that is considered not as bad as the ultimate you're gay, you lay with man. Does that make sense to you?
The ones that be relying heavily on the Bible, be doing all sorts, like the worst, like they are demons themselves, but they want to offload upon the gays and be like, oh my god, it's not there. I think it's also weird sometimes when people think that because you're gay you can't have a relationship with God or your own relationship. They think that they like rule you out, and it's like you don't determine whether I have a relationship with God or how that relationship is. Do you understand? You don't dictate anything with my life, like how I live it or anything. The same way I don't dictate how you live your life. Having kids all over the place, don't even see the first one or the second one, you've seen the last one because that's the mistress that you want to keep right now. But
you don't have that authority to decide whether I'm gonna go to heaven, gonna go to hell, whether God is in my life or isn't in my life. That's not for you to decide.
Sin or not, I just think it's ironic, like we all sin. Like we all do stuff that, and
I'm not talking about being gay being a sin, I'm talking about that being a sin in itself to determine.
But it's not even a tit for tat, like this is a sin and that isn't, and The fact of the matter is, I don't dictate how you live, you don't dictate how I live. And I find it ironic when these things happen, because I've been in situations where the woman has gone to church and your husband has invited me over to your house to fuck him, and it's only when I walk in the door and see the picture of your grandkids that I then have to decide whether to stay there and fuck your husband or go home and go about my business. But you're worried about, who's sleeping with who, when really you should be worried about what app your husband is on today and when he's gonna delete it, because he'll delete it before you get back from church. You're praying that you trying to bless the whole family, trying to bless the house, but the house has got cum all over it.
There's a demon in the house.
Nutted in your husband, but you're worried about who I'm sleeping with.
And the nut I'm gonna catch.
Had your husband yelling, screaming,
Screaming.
burping and slurping.
The walls know his name.
But you're worried about who I'm sleeping with as a gay man who identifies as a gay man. Worry about your DL husband. Okay? Kissing you and your kids with those same lips that was on my dick.
It's a bit too far. We might
Like,
just a bit
I don't
too
get
far.
it. No, we didn't go too far. No, we didn't.
No, when you said kids, just a tad.
Kids.
Just a tad.
End of the day, let's come to reality. Who you hugging? Who you wanna be loving? We don't dictate how you live. You don't dictate how we live. If you want to read out all the 10 commandments and assess you against them, I guarantee you're not making it there either. Thank you.
Next. This straight people, stop fucking about with trans girls. And I mean that in all types of senses. Trans people can be in anybody's family, anybody's lives. The fact that they are trans is not a reason for you to disrespect their lives, to kill them, to do all types of malicious shit that you lot are doing. Like,
Even if it's not malicious, I feel like even in the community itself,
even in the community,
a lot of gays don't respect trans people. It's very much like, okay, I get it, but you know, like, do they really need to do that, or are they really part of the community? Like, they're marginalized within their own community, so they definitely don't need that from straight people outside of the community. So I'm speaking to both here, dear straight and gay people. I love when I see a video on my TL of a straight man getting bossed up by the trans girls. I love it. I live for it. Whoop his ass. I love it.
And whoop it again.
Whoop it again. I love it.
Yeah.
But I think that the bigger issue for me would be gays within the community that try to shit on the trans girls.
the trans girls are the pioneers towards our community.
Yeah.
They're some of the biggest reasons as to why we have the type of community.
Why
that
are we where we are now.
Why you have
Yeah.
the laws and legislations that support you the way you do right now. The ones that stood on the line and died
And
were
still
trans
are.
girls to begin with. So I feel like you said, there needs to be some respect that is paid.
We need to protect the people that are the most vulnerable, especially when they do the most for everybody else. Gay people have more rights than trans girls.
Like they're more
Trans
protected,
people,
you're saying,
they are more
already.
protected. So,
So they don't need that.
Right, there's certain
You're saying the
things-
trans girls need extra protection.
They need extra protection and they deserve extra protection, and you know, a lot of the time we're not doing enough. We're not looking into ourselves like, okay, cool, you might not be biased, you might, you know,
But are you doing
are
something?
you doing anything?
Yeah.
Like, are you actually creating any spaces or like
Because
promoting
ignoring
people?
is as bad as enabling.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Yeah. So they do need extra protection. No, I agree. Actually, yes.
So this is to the girls and to the people in general that like to pretend like they're allies to the LGBT community. But you're either on the TL saying you wouldn't date a man that's bisexual, or if you were to find out that your son was gay, that would be an issue. So you're okay with having your best gay friend, which is your accessory. But if your son was to turn out gay,
Too close to home.
you would whip him.
Cause remember when didn't Miami say something like that?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
obviously your bestie is
Yeah.
like Santana.
Yeah.
Something's not clicking.
Yeah.
Something's not.
But then later on is, you wanna fuck me?
I mean, I like what I like.
And we love her, right? But here's what it is.
But we
It
need
is
to
what it
we
is.
need to, you know, give
Yeah.
constructive feedback where we need to give constructive feedback
Yes.
and reflect.
You wanna fuck me?
You
No.
want the accessory, but you don't want the son.
They love
So-
they love the
So you want the
image
overall
of
package
Yeah.
and how that overall package got there, but you don't want to support the next one that needs that journey. What's not clicking? And particularly the girls who wouldn't date a bisexual man but would want to do bisexual things.
with the girl. Yeah. Like it's just it's
There's layers. There's the ones where okay, I don't do anything like that. I don't fuck with that. Left, but okay, I get it. There's some logic there in terms of you stay there. But then there's girls like I can do this and that, but he can't.
or they'll do it for a man's pleasure. That's just like
Because you're not gonna keep him by fucking some girl, babe. By sucking some pussy. You're not gonna. That's another conversation.
Delusion.
it all ties into like this whole idea. Being gay for girls is very different to being gay for men. Like people look at men being gay and they don't respect it. They think that it's something disgusting. But for girls to be gay, sometimes it's okay.
They take it more seriously for you to lay with a man as a man than as a woman. If you're a woman and you do things, people can say, "Oh, that was just in your past."
Yes.
Like it wasn't real.
Yeah.
But as a man, as soon as you step that line,
That's it forever.
X.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah. With the guys, like as soon as you do one thing, boom, that's it.
When people are like very like pro-black or like screaming pro-black, but like they're very homophobic, or when it comes to like gay black men in particular, it's like disregard them or derogatory terms to refer to black gay men. To me, you're a different type of coon. Because
you don't know who the enemy is.
you don't know who the enemy is, and you don't possess the intellect that you think
You do
carry.
not. Because
It takes a village to raise a child, do you understand? But you lot are recruiting different people from the village and leaving out the rest and thinking that that's going to strengthen the cause.
And you know what?
That's
Just
enough.
on top of that, is sometimes they try to blame the gay man as if we are the downfall of our community.
Yeah.
When more times we are the ones supporting our community,
building,
extending ourselves,
support,
extending
everything.
ourselves more than we should to our communities
We've
while
been at the
receiving
forefront
less
of everything.
in return.
Even if you see like the way that all like a lot of culture has been like the last 5 years, it's all coming out of like the gay black community, the trans black community. Like you even hear rappers and the lingo that they're using, all the lingo you're seeing on TikTok, on Twitter, it's all coming from the queer community. You guys, your favorite rappers are using slang that Ballroom has been
Even
using
before
for
that, the
years.
clothes that was on
The
your
clothes that
backs.
we're wearing, all these designers, they're all gay. Everything that you guys are doing is very much so linked back to our community, but you don't care. White people introduced homophobia into African and Caribbean cultures a long time ago, during the time of colonization. You guys don't realize that. You think that you grew up with it. Homosexuals and trans people existed in harmony with everybody
different
else.
communities around the world.
All around the world. In Asian
genders
communities,
existed.
South American, African communities, they were there. Colonization happened and all of that changed. But you guys think that part of being black is also being homophobic, part of being black is being transphobic. It's not. You were conditioned to believe it. But you don't know your history, you don't know anything.
It's like, I feel like some straight people, they like the byproduct of gayness. They want to see the art, they want to see the clothes, they want to see the actors, the shows, they want to see the music, but they don't want to see the person.
And that's why I felt. And that's why I felt so strongly about the Stormzy video and why I disregarded it so quickly. Because unless someone's DL even, which again is not what we're talking about, there was no one in that video who was like gay as a black figure icon, but there's bare black people you could have used, like bare designers. You're in the creative space, it's not hard to find gay people. Gay people do everything. Behind the camera, in front of the camera, gay people do everything. Yeah, he was trying to impress people, but he was also trying to like move people and show black greatness. Because those people have achieved big things. You know, Nella, big things on YouTube and beyond. You know what I mean? Clint is doing his thing with his fashion line, very big, very international scale. Jamar did obviously great with like SBTV, giving rappers a platform to actually get out of the hood and do their thing. There was no gay people. But let's be clear, that video when people were talking about, oh my god, the visuals was amazing and the fashions and I love that they was all wearing this and the concept, visuals, whatever, I guarantee you there would have been at least 5 gay people involved in each process of that video. None of them was in front of the camera to mark that moment of this is black greatness.
Black British greatness.
Black British greatness, which there's a lot of, trust me.
And it's just sad to see. I think we could be so much better as a community, like as a whole, if we really supported each other like properly.
If you want us to do our own thing, then we'll start opening those doors. But then there's the other end where it's like, does thinking that way create a further divide in terms of, okay, let's marginalise ourselves even more. We can create our own spaces, which we're doing and stuff and doing well. But then in terms of what's actually best like, and who suffers from that? Is it the best thing to do? Because there are also a lot of straight people who aren't homophobic, who don't care who you're sleeping with, and treat you like no other. I've got a lot of straight friends who don't ever give a fuck about who I'm fucking. They take the time to get to know my partners, never judge me differently. And sometimes I find it weird having to even feel like I should give them accolades for that. When it's like, that's just how it should be anyway. Why am I clapping for you for doing the bare minimum? Do you know what I mean? I think that a point to be made is that we're not attacking Stormzy. Like, we're saying there's a bigger issue here that a lot of the straight people operating in that space seem to do. Like, it seems to be a downfall or shortfall of like a lot of them operating in that creative space, which is led, pioneered and really moved forward by queer people, the whole umbrella. So it's weird to me, unless someone can point out in the comments like, oh, this person was in it. But even then, that's not really a point to be made, because the people that were chosen were handpicked because they were known by the masses. Nella is known by everyone. Do you know what I mean? Clint is pretty much known by everyone, especially after that thing he did with the Bolo exchange. And, do you know what I mean? So it's like, these are big people, but there are big like people within the queer community that you could have also picked that also you're probably in more close contact with than Clint. We don't see you really rocking Cortez. We've not seen you, like, it's not like Dave, he's in your videos, like you're always rocking Clint shit. Like, we've not seen any interaction before now, but now Clint's in the video. Great like black entrepreneur, and a lot of people look up to him, as they should. But in terms of like fashion and stuff, my guy, you couldn't find no one
that was gay and black.
To end on a higher note,
yes,
shout out to, you know, the queer people that are doing their thing.
Like, in and behind the camera.
In and behind, like, you've got like in all areas, like across the board. Like, you've got sickening models, Reese King. Every single cover eats. Do you know what I mean? You've got sickening designers,
writers,
writers, like Jason, doing a lot of stuff. Always talking about like gay issues and just like highlighting the things that need to be said. And also he's doing it the right way. Do you know what I mean? Tutu's podcast.
Yes, shout out to them.
Talking a lot about like trans issues. I don't really see much of that, to be fair. Especially like women in the community, like having
women.
Having that platform.
Shout out to the whole ballroom scene right now, because the UK is like leveling up when it comes to the ballroom. The audience and the reception, people in the crowds, like generally.
People that had never heard of ballroom before were like, this looks sick. And them not have been doing that full time. Let's be clear, like they've just not had the space to showcase it like that. Elise has been doing that for ages, like ages. Like he's been a staple in that scene for ages. Do you know what I mean? Shout out to the new ones too, because, you know, some of them ain't been doing it for time, but, you know, people like Noah, people like Shaheem, etc. Like, they're putting on right now, and I hope that as time goes by, they get more opportunities to showcase that and do that stuff again. There's a lot of talent being slept on, a lot of talent, like, across the board. Trust me, when the gays start coming into the spaces and demanding the respect in term, rather than asking for it or begging, that's when the straights have an issue. Because when it's that undeniable talent like we was talking about before, that shook. Because a gay person doing it, trust me, has to come 10 times harder, because we need you to respect us before you even see the talent. So good luck.
Period. Hopefully the message was very clear to the straight white people. Oh, straight white people. Straight white. And let's come back. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching our YouTube video. Hopefully the message has landed to the straight people that need to hear it. We're gonna catch you on our next video, and please don't forget to
like,
comment, and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye guys.